Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's episode, what are we on? 4 technically. 1, we have a lost episode somewhere.
The lost pilot.
The Real Show. You always got to do a dress rehearsal in the business. That's something we know all too well. But how's it going, you guys? What's shaking?
Not much.
Just counting down the day. How many days do we have till Star Wars?
I believe 50.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 50. Check
Exactly.
my Star Wars app.
Wow.
I do
Star Wars app?
I do have the Star Wars app.
The Star Wars subreddit says 51, but I think it's slow.
Or you could just consult the website, howmanydaysUntilStarWars.com,
We
Is that a thing?
have
which is totally awesome.
51 days, 4 hours, 48 minutes.
I guess Reddit was right, as usual.
Well, if you're not insane and you count down the days until #Spectre, we got about 11 or so days. So reviews are coming in for that.
Oh yeah,
and,
that comes out next weekend. Forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh,
reviews
really?
are coming out.
Close.
I know. Reviews are coming out. It's in the 80% range on the tomatoes. Yeah, 82% with 38 reviews. So everybody seemed to be pretty cool with it. So that's always good. But
You'll be happy to know I have a Daniel Craig James Bond marathon scheduled.
oh, nice.
All 3 on Friday. So
Every day is a Daniel Craig James Bond marathon for me.
that's how I live my life.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch them. I haven't seen Casino Royale or Quantum of Solace since the first time I saw them. So
Wow.
I'm gonna rewatch those two and Skyfall, and do my reviews of those before I go see Spectre.
Royale is incredible, but we'll get into that conversation. With me fangirling over the Daniel Craig James Bond.
His Star Wars Day.
Pretty much. I'm actually seeing that down in the city, so that'll be fun. Always a good experience. Saw Mission Impossible that way, so I figure I got to keep it up with the spy movies.
All your spy movies.
Yeah. Oh, and which actually, Josh, that's going to lead us into our first bit of news.
Ooh, nice segue.
Kind of calling an audible here. Kingsman 2.
Yep,
It's happening.
summer 2017.
Good.
June. Yep, I'm so excited. What did you guys think of Kingsman?
If you remember to our lost episode, I think it was one of my top 5 movies of 2015. So I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'm very excited.
I liked it as well, but I have no idea what the heck they're going to do for a sequel. And I remember a quote that I read a long time ago that says a sequel has to be obvious after you've seen it, not before. So I think the fact that I don't know what they're going to do with it is a good thing.
All right.
Yeah. Matthew Vaughn's he's one of my favorite directors working right now. I love the guy. I love everything he's done. And Kingsman, I loved it. I saw it a couple times. And yeah, it's just a really fun movie. Second I walked out of it, is I want to see more. It's a spy movie. So, just like James Bond or Mission Impossible, or even if you want to go Indiana Jones, you can just take it on multiple different adventures.
It's another great segue, by the way. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
That was kind of my issue with it, is that it wasn't spy enough. There wasn't enough spy stuff for me. I'd really like to see Eggsy do more...
Eggsy, so good.
Not Bond things, but espionage.
I think that's what this new sequels has to do with it. Let me say that again. I think that's what the new sequel is going to be about. No, it was an origin story, obviously. They have to rebuild the Kingsman, so I think there's a plot in there. I think it's going to be good. Spoilers. My bad.
Another spoiler. Is Colin Firth going to be back?
No.
I think they said they're trying to get him back.
Flashbacks. I'm an idiot. More spoilers.
Yeah.
So.
I Again, I trust Matthew Vaughn, so if he finds a good way to bring him back, I'm all for it.
Well, that made quite a bit of money for what it was.
Yeah,
It was the only good movie in the theater at the time.
It came out with
Great, yeah.
50 Shades of garbage. So
Yeah, $81 million budget, $413.7 million.
God.
That's without a big star.
Sequel's gonna
Samuel
be
L.
fantastic.
Jackson.
That's insane. I don't. What do you think that? Why do you think that made so much? Just because of the
Word of
timing,
mouth.
or was it that
There
good?
was nothing else lost.
There was
Nothing else
major coming out.
out.
People wanted something to see that was fun and different, and it was just getting amazing
Still.
reviews. I told a bunch of people to go see it.
Still,
So-
$400 million. Like that's just crazy.
And for an R-rated movie, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's that's insane. But I'll definitely like everybody knows, spy movies, spy everything, anything is my thing. So I will be pretty psyched to see it. Could do another good old fashioned spy franchise. That'd be awesome. But good old Colin Firth. He was in a spy movie before that. That's even better if anybody wants to check
What's
it out.
that called?
Tinker Tailor.
Oh, I always wanted to see it. I never got around to.
That's the one with Gary Oldman, right?
Yeah, that movie's incredible. That is making the more I think about it, it's making a strong case for my top 10 of all time.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, it really is.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
I want to see that.
And actually, I know Josh, this isn't on the rundown, so I'm sorry. Please forgive me, but Thomas Alfredson, the director of that, he's got another movie coming down the pipe that I've been meaning to talk about, or maybe I already have, who knows, called The Snowman.
Oh man!
Anybody heard of it?
I may have. No, I've heard of another movie that's similar in
Jack
title,
Frost
but no.
with Michael Keaton.
The best movie ever made, Jimmy.
No, I was thinking of Snowden, but no.
Oh,
no.
no. The
Is it
Snowman.
based on a book?
It's based on a book.
The
by
children's
a
book?
No. It's by a Norwegian author named Jo Nesbo or something like that. And the log line is, Detective Harry Hull investigates, as an ad pops up, hold on, the disappearance of a woman whose pink scarf is found wrapped around an ominous-looking snowman.
Ooh.
It's basically, I described it as girl with a dragon tattoo meets Seven.
Oh, you just sold me.
I know.
Based on Seven exclusively.
From Thomas Alfredson, director of Tinker Tailor, with Rebecca Ferguson and Michael Fassbender as
My
the two
boy.
leads right now. I'm telling you guys, that movie, I read the book. It was incredible, especially, and the movie is just, I think the movie could be just as good. That's going to be an amazing film. Like, I know it's kind of hard to put so much pressure on something before it's out, but if done right, and that's an easy movie to do right, that's going to be incredible.
Oh, when's it set to come out?
When's it come out?
The 4th of December?
No. It's got 2017 right
different
now. But
thing.
Yeah, that's.
I'm
something
looking at Macbeth, I think.
Yeah.
I'm on some website. There's a picture of Michael Fassbender on it.
We're going to talk about Michael Fassbender as we go along.
Oh, I'm excited.
God, he's great. But yeah, it's a 2017 film, release date as of right now. That movie is a slam dunk if you get it right. I'm telling you guys. I think at least one of you should read or audible the book, because it's a great winter read.
Let's see if it's there. I'll get it right now.
That's honestly, you read it or listen to it and get back to me, because it's so good. And the ending, oh my God, the ending is one of the most insane things you'll ever read.
It's only 15 hours long. Easy.
I know. I'm sorry. I sorry to heap so much praise on something, take so much time, but
It's all good.
everybody needs to read that book.
No, 15 hours isn't a long time.
Yeah.
I will definitely see the movie.
Yeah, it should have gotten the same attention as Gone Girl did,
Really?
as far as being a well-told story. That's just perfect. Anyways, sorry, Josh. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of everything. What's going on in the news this week?
Did you have anything else before I got to?
No. I think I'm all right.
You didn't want to talk about a certain show being revived on Netflix?
Oh, that's right. Oh, God. You guys are making fun of me before the show.
No,
so.
go ahead.
You know, I have a respect for television. I don't watch a lot of it. I'm very picky with what I choose to watch. but I do love the show Gilmore Girls. I don't care what that says. I grew up in a house where if it's a Sunday afternoon and everybody's home and everybody's hanging out, two things are on the TV. Gilmore Girls or MASH. And because of those reasons, those are two of my favorite shows ever. And it is an awesome show. I don't care what that says about who I am as a person, but that is a great show. And let me tell you, it's got really good dialogue, quippy, fun, awesome. The storylines are great, characters are incredible, but they're doing something really cool for the revival. They're coming back on Netflix, and they're doing 4 episodes, 90 minutes long. And get this, the 4 episodes are going to be based on the 4 seasons. So you're going to get a fall episode, spring episode, summer episode, winter episode. Isn't that cool?
I don't know what that means, but that's cool.
The 90 minutes will be set during the fall season, 90 minutes in the winter season. Come on.
Reminds me of a Superman comic I read once.
What do you mean? So it's like one season is one, or one season is one season, one season
Yep.
is...
No, one season is one episode. It's like a 90-minute episode.
So the 90 minutes takes place in the fall. There's another 90 minutes that takes place in the wintertime.
Exactly.
The summer and then the spring. So, yeah, I get it.
That's cool.
Just like the 4 stages of a person's life.
Pretty much, yeah. But, the funny thing is, to end the show, they had one of the main characters go off. And this was in, 2007, I think. They had one of the main characters get it, in the series finale, got accepted to work in press on Barack Obama's presidential campaign. That's pretty cool. A year before he won the thing. Or, I guess a year and a half when they filmed the episode. Pretty cool. But if you guys, if either of you, I don't know, maybe you are already, but if you find yourself in a relationship of some kind and you get roped into watching it, it may not be the worst thing in the world. You might cry.
Might cry? I don't watch TV to cry.
I'll keep that in mind.
Whatever. It's a great show.
I used to mix up Gilmore Girls with The Golden Girls with Betty White.
That'd be an interesting show.
What if, now bear with me, I don't know anything about Gilmore Girls, but what if it's all the same continuity? What if the main characters from Gilmore Girls become the Golden Girls?
The main character of Gilmore Girls is a mother and daughter, just like Golden Girls, so you might just bring some minds.
Oh my god, fan theory. Someone call a movie pilot.
Wait. Maybe the new Batman is actually Christian Bale, and the Joker is like the Loch Ness Monster. How horrible was that?
Oh, it hurt me.
It was so poorly written, too. Oh, my God. Learn grammar. Okay.
Look at these holes.
Steal the ship. Josh, what's going on this week?
All right, so we got a bunch of DC updates. Start with the smallest one first. So, have you guys heard of the prequel series Krypton that David Goyer has been working on for the Sci-Fi Channel?
Nope. Until I read the news this week.
Yeah. So I heard about this a couple months ago. So I don't know anything about the show. Apparently, it's just going to be 20 years before the events of Man of Steel, and it is now apparently going to be connected to the DC universe.
Oh, so it's in the same canon?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They have some shows that are, some shows that aren't. I wish they just have no shows that are, but that's just me.
Do you know what shows are?
Just this one.
Just that one so far?
Yeah. So Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, Gotham, none of those are in continuity with any of the upcoming DC movies.
Well, thank goodness that's not confusing.
Yeah.
5 shows, only one of them counts in the...
The thing is, if there was going to be any show I would pick to be in canon, it would probably be this one because it doesn't have any effect on any of the movies.
So why make it canon? Who cares? Why does it matter?
Because the thing is, I like keeping them separate because if you do one thing in one show and they're going on in the same timeline, and if they're supposed to be kind of really tied together, you're kind of handcuffing one in order to be able to do the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I'd rather it be something that's kind of just in that universe, but it doesn't really affect it.
Well, I'll tell you, Josh, that sounds like a really great show that I'm never going to watch.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to watch it either.
Same. I'll watch it when it comes to Netflix, but...
Is Russell Crowe going to be involved?
Please.
If he is, that'd be freaking awesome. But
that'd be so cool. Only if he sings all of his lines, though, like in Les Miserables.
All right, and then we got some other... We got, I think it was Empire Magazine.
Oh, goodness.
They did a big spread on Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad. So we got a bunch of new images Did you guys look at any of the photos or the cover with Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman?
Only the Joker stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of the other things.
All right, then I'll go to the Suicide Squad one. So we got a bunch of covers. We got one of the Joker. I'm sure Mason's excited to talk about that.
Very much so.
We got one with. We just got one today with what's her name? Enchantress.
Yeah. I saw
Cara
that.
Delevingne.
Yeah, and then we got a bunch of pictures from the movie of Harley and the Joker in a room, which looks amazing. Anything else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And a couple little like quotes and stuff. Anything you guys reading this? Anything stand out to you?
A couple things. I'll save my thoughts for last. So
Right.
No, I only looked at the pictures.
You go first. Because I just want to get that part out. I want to get that out of the way.
Okay. All right. Listen. Batman 1989 with Jack Nicholson. I watched that movie just countless times. I literally stole a VHS from my godparents. Not even true story. And I stole a VHS so I could watch it all the time. Batman and Robin. I loved it as a little kid. I know.
No, don't say. Hey, same, dude.
Dark Knight was like eye-opening for me. One of my favorite movies of all time. Batman the Animated Series. Batman,
the best show ever made.
The Arkham games. I love Batman. I love the Joker. It's such a great... It's a Moriarty and Sherlock Holmes kind of deal. It's legendary. I could not... From what I've seen so far, and let me preface this. From what I've seen so far, I could not like Jared Leto's version less.
Okay, so have you... Are you talking just the pictures, or you saw the trailer? I'm
I saw the trailer.
You didn't like him in the trailer.
I hated him in the trailer.
Oh, you really
did?
did?
Was it just his look, or just his attitude?
I'm fine with the attitude because, like, I have a pretty nice stack of Batman graphic novels, which is the only way I can get into comics. Really, is through graphic novel form. And there's a lot of really great Joker stories, like Killing Joke, Dark Knight Returns. Long Halloween, stuff like that.
You're killing me. I love every single one of those.
Right? Have you read Court of Owls?
I read those single issues, yeah.
Oh, so good. So good. The Man Who Laughs, another great one.
I just read that.
Yeah, so great. These are all Jimmy Fallon. So great. So great.
So great.
Death in the Family. Just... This Joker just is so stupid. He's got like the glittering purple trench coat, the purple Lamborghini, the slicked back peacock green hair, and there's nothing subtle or interesting about it. It's so stupid. He's jacked out of his mind for some reason. It's just so stupid. It's so stupid. I can't.
All right.
I'm sorry if I'm...
It's fine. It's fine. You have your opinion, but you said you liked what you saw of his attitude.
I rescind that. I don't like his attitude. That entire premise for the movie, as cool as it could be, is just they're handling it terribly.
What do you think of Jared Leto as an actor?
As an actor, he didn't deserve to win for Dallas Buyers Club.
Disagree.
The Oscar, even though he was really, really good in the movie. He only won it because he did a body change, which is not. I mean, it's just kind of a gimmick to me now. I thought he was really, really bad in Lord of War, and that's probably the only thing I've seen him in. And his band is terrible as well.
Have you seen Fight Club?
Yeah.
He's in Fight Club.
Well, that's news to me.
Do you remember that guy that Edward Norton beat the crap out of?
Honestly, no.
Oh.
I mean, I think I've seen Fight Club 2 times.
Oh, I love Fight Club.
Just Jared Leto's best when he's getting his ass kicked.
Okay.
Like, you guys saw American Psycho, right?
Yeah.
He was in that too.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
How has he been in so many things?
Do you remember that scene?
He's unrecognizable.
Do you like Huey Lewis in the News? You know that scene?
Is he Paul?
Yeah, he's the guy that gets killed.
Hey, Paul! That's great.
Yeah, and then like Requiem for a Dream, he gets destroyed, and it's just that's when he's doing his best work is when he's getting his butt kicked.
Okay, what do you guys think about the Lamborghini?
Oh, I love it.
Oh my goodness!
See, I really like this chick. It's different. It's different than anything we've seen before. I love that it's crazier, it's wackier, it's way more out there. The only thing I don't like is a couple of the tattoos. Tattoos are hit and miss for me. Everything else I'm loving.
Oh man, when I look at him, when I look at Jared Leto's Joker, I see somebody cosplaying his Joker. I don't see, because he's got like the abs are out and he's got like the trench coat's open. It's all glittered and glamorous, and his hair is perfectly green and slicked back. Like that's not my Joker. That's not the Joker that I like. I mean,
hashtag not my Joker.
Yeah, hashtag not my Joker. I haven't seen the movie, so maybe he's great, but from everything I've seen so far, it just looks terrible. And there's nothing I've seen about him is subtle or interesting so far. Like, you know, Jack was like this. He's very flamboyant, but he was a very cool crazy. You know, he was like cutting up the pictures and putting on the glasses at the end of the fight. Heath Ledger, just freaking amazing. In
a league of his own.
Yeah. Mark Hamill's got the voice down perfectly, and Jared Leto just looks like, I don't know, I really hate it. They're ruining one of my favorite characters in my eyes.
Well, you don't know that, but
so far, everything prefaced so far.
Okay. First on the Jack Nicholson Joker, I love the first Batman movie. It's the only one of the original movies I really watch more than once.
Same.
But I like Jack Nicholson's Joker. I have two problems with that movie, and both of them are involving him. But I still like him. He's great. He's one of my favorite actors. And the Joker is my favorite comic book villain ever. Like, ever. Jack Nicholson, to me, he wasn't the Joker. He was Jack Nicholson being Jack Nicholson with some clown makeup and a hat.
Okay, that's fine.
So that's kind of, he just came off that way to me. And also, the movie was called Batman, but you got maybe 15 minutes of Batman, and like...
Well, that's because Michael Keaton couldn't sell the movie the way Jack could. But I love the original, the 1989. That's another favorite.
I really like it. I didn't see those movies until after I saw the first two Dark Knight movies.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I didn't see those. I didn't really grow up with comics and superheroes. I didn't get into those till I was maybe like 12 or 13. Yeah. So, but anyway, this Joker, I really am loving. I loved the Suicide Squad trailer. He was one of the best things I thought was about it. I loved the ending scene with him. Again, I love the whole kind of pimp thing he's got going on. He's very kind of, I don't want to say he's got an ego, but he's very, what's the right, flamboyant? I don't know.
Yeah, that's I think that's a good way to go.
He's very kind of, you know, to me, he's most reminiscent of kind of, I don't remember which Joker was. There was one that had a dragon tattoo. I don't know if you guys know of that one. I don't know which comic book it's from. And then there's the Dark Knight Returns Joker, and that's my favorite Batman story. And I love that Joker. And this one, he reminds me a lot of that. He's got the lipstick. He's got that very clean look to him. He's built for, you know, Jared Leto built anyway. I mean, he can only get so big. But to me, that's what it comes off as. And again, the tattoos I think are a little much. I mean, you got the one on his stomach, which I'm pretty sure says Joker. That I think is way too much. And then the one on his forehead that says damaged. I hate that one. But everything else I'm fine with. I like the one. There's one on his arm it's not in this picture, but it was on the original picture that I didn't like as much as I like as this picture. So that picture kind of took me off guard. The one where he's like holding his head and he's screaming at the camera. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, his reveal. I remember that.
When I first saw the picture, I actually saw it. I didn't see the full picture. It was like cropped at the top, so I didn't see the green hair. And when I first saw it, I was like, "Is this Marilyn Manson or the Joker?" But then I saw the green hair, and it kind of came together a little more for me. So I don't know if that did anything. But yeah, again, I really like the look. It's not at all the way I would have expected it or how I would have gone about it. But I love David Ayer. I love the cast they have. I love mostly everything about what we've seen of this DC universe assembling. and I'm excited more than anything with this Joker. I want to see him go to toe-to-toe with Ben Affleck's Batman.
I'm glad you brought that up because I can't help but thinking, what is Jared Leto's Joker and Ben Affleck as Batman? They're going to look so ridiculous standing next to each other.
You're right.
These are polar opposite characters. That's the point of Batman and Joker.
Yeah, absolutely. But
there's nothing more opposite about him, this Joker, to Ben Affleck's Batman.
But that's fine. But that you also, with the two of them, you do have to see. You got to see the similarities as well, because
there's similarities.
There was a quote. There was another quote. Sorry.
Oh, okay. The thing is, we don't know as much about this Joker as we do Affleck's Batman. We haven't seen as much.
Because he's Jason Todd, right?
Oh my God. He's totally Jason Todd.
Jason Todd from the future.
Oh my God, he's Robin.
Actually, Nightwing. Yeah.
But what were you gonna say?
No, there's another awesome, really cool Batman quote that was, Batman is a reflection of his villains, and I just do not see any Batman in Joker, and I think you have to have that, because in Dark Knight, Joker had he must have had something really bad happen in his past, just like Batman, and I just don't see it here. Honestly, if we weren't doing, actually that's not true. I was going to say if we weren't doing this show, I probably wouldn't even see Suicide Squad, but I kind of have to. But I mean, that may be the only time I ever watch it. I don't like it. I'm not buying anything they're selling. I understand some people might. If you guys like it, if you guys are psyched for it, that's awesome.
Good for you.
Couldn't be happier for you. But for me, no. Maybe I would like him a lot more without the Lamborghini. Let's just put it that way. That's just so stupid.
All right. Well, Cody, you haven't even talked yet.
Yeah. I would say I'm not on either extreme as you guys are. I don't care for him right now, but mine's a lot less philosophical and deep. Mine's just because he looks like a goddamn scumbag. He's not wearing a shirt, he's wearing sweatpants, and he's not wearing shoes. Hashtag my Joker is clean.
Looking fine.
He is, he's Batman the Animated Series, and that's what I want, but we're never going to get that in a movie.
I think Jared Leto is probably bringing a lot of that pizzazz to the role. If they got somebody different, I feel like we would have gotten at least for me, I think we would have gotten a much better Joker. But he just wants everybody to know that he's Jared Leto. And the grills. I forgot to mention the grills.
Oh yeah,
is this 2007? Is Lil Jon
grills.
playing the Joker?
Those aren't grills though. They're just teeth caps.
Isn't that what grills are?
Huh?
I thought that was what grills were.
No, a grill is like a big thing that goes across your entire, mouth. Teeth caps are just like replacements. So if Batman knocked his teeth out.
Oh.
So.
Still they're lame. What?
I'll be psyched if he goes out there and just kills it. But now,
it's
don't care.
Just like you were saying, Mason, I could be pleasantly surprised too. That whole movie, the idea behind that movie coming out before the universe building that they're doing doesn't really make sense to me, because Suicide Squad comes from all those different comic books.
And they're putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why they're doing that.
Well, I think I don't know if anyone's really ever brought this up, but to me it just seems like Batman, Superman. We obviously know it's bridging the gap, or at least pushing things towards Justice League. It's introducing Wonder Woman. We're getting Aquaman for a scene or two, and we're going to get some nods towards that. It's going to introduce us to the larger hero world. I think what Suicide Squad is kind of 4 months later we get it after Batman Superman, and then it's kind of introducing us to more of the villain side of things. I don't know.
It is a strange thing. They're playing their Guardians of the Galaxy card really early, of the eclectic group of misfits.
The thing is, I think they can do it because they have the Joker, they have Harley Quinn, who's never been on screen before, and this is the first time they're doing her. So I think they have that going for.
She looks awful as well. I'm sorry.
Oh really? What? Oh, I think she looks phenomenal.
What's her name?
Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie.
She's beautiful.
She's an attractive girl, but they look too. I don't know. It's weird to say they look too unstable and just ugly. Just
It's kind of their point.
I know. That's just. I don't know. I've got some issues with this, man, to work through with this. I don't know. It's just. I want to like this, but I just can't. But
again,
hey.
I love David Ayer, so I trust him. So,
I think
Before we get off, I just want to know where you guys stand on this. I don't think we've ever even talked about Batman vs Superman. But Man of Steel, where do you guys stand on that? Because I know it's probably one of the most controversial, I guess, movies recent. I don't know why, but
yeah.
Josh, just curious, where do you guys stand on that?
Cody, you go first.
I love Man of Steel. It was one of my favorite movies of summer, 2013? I loved it. I loved every second of it. I hate that people are so mad that he snapped Zod's neck at the end. Spoilers.
You say that after.
Yeah, I know. I keep forgetting.
I like it. No, keep doing it.
My argument to that is that you learn an aversion to killing. It doesn't come out of nowhere, and Pa Kent sure as hell didn't say, don't kill people, it's bad. That's the one bad thing about Man of Steel was Pa Kent. He was awful. But Kevin Costner's not a good actor, so...
What?
Here we are. Okay, that's my 2 cents.
All right, Mason?
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm not nothing. If I were so inclined, I wouldn't write home about it. But it was good. It was it's Superman punch stuff. That's all.
He did more than lift a plane.
If that happened, then I was happy. So it looked cool. Cavill has a face, so that's always good. I mean,
liked it, didn't love it. Got it.
It was good. 7.5. So
Oh,
liked
not
it more than Birdman.
Ugh.
I'm with you, Cody. I love Man of Steel. My only problems with it, I think David Goyer, his writing sometimes is So his dialogue, I think he's kind of hot. Oh my god, things like that. And I think some of the development with like Lois and Clark was kind of weak. But overall, I thought it was a great movie. Oh
wait, what was that thing that they said? Oh shoot. What was that super lame line that one of them gave right before they kissed after he killed like 1 million people?
I thought something about kissing an alien.
Oh no, it's all downhill from the first kiss.
I thought that only matters when you're kissing an alien. That's what it was.
Or only when you're kissing a human.
Yeah.
That was the most awkward. Just I cringed when I heard that line.
Oh yeah.
So bad. But yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I'm psyched for Batman v Superman. They
they
can do some cool stuff, and even if it's bad, Gal Gadot's in it.
And so we all win.
Yeah, really.
Really excited for that. I'm a big DC fan.
Cool.
So okay, so then we got a couple other small things before we get to today's movie.
Gerbs.
So I'll just get through this one. I'm probably the only one that cares about this, unless I don't know. Friday the 13th.
Ugh.
The reboot. It's been delayed a year. It's supposed to come out next May. But now it's coming out 2017 in January, aka dumping season. So that has me bummed. I'm a huge horror
Let's hope
fan.
to kill it.
No.
Yes, no. Here's the thing. I love the first 3 Friday the 13th movies.
I love 3 so much.
They're so good. All of them are so good. And some of them, like, even after that are okay. There's one with Corey Feldman in it.
6 is crazy.
Which one's that?
What's it called? I think they're just called. I don't think they have any titles, but I don't remember.
I hope it's Jason Goes to Manhattan. No, I like those first 3 a lot. Especially the second one is really good. But no, let's let it happen.
This is Friday the 13th, right? Like we're talking about the franchise, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Full disclosure. The only Friday the 13th incarnation I've seen is Freddy vs. Jason.
I haven't seen that one.
That's all right.
And it was awesome. But I've never... I've been meaning to go back.
Have you seen Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy, at least?
Same thing goes for Freddy.
I have not seen any of those.
I've never been the biggest fan of horror, so I just...
Okay.
That's just...
I got you.
Yeah.
Horror is like, it's my thing. I
Yeah.
love horror movies, which is why I'm so bummed that most of them suck nowadays.
True.
There have been a
but
couple
yeah.
good
Does
ones
Pixels
recently.
count as a horror movie?
Yes.
It scared me out of the theater. So, but yeah, so that's getting delayed. I was actually kind of looking forward to this because of the director behind it. He did one of the segments on VHS, which I really liked. Well, I liked
was good.
I liked his segment on VHS. I didn't really like the movie that
Was
much.
VHS 1 or 2?
1.
Because I think I've seen 2, the second one.
Was it because he did a segment on the first VHS, the one where the girl is like possessed or something? She like turns into a monster. Did you see that one?
I don't think so.
Okay, well that's what he did. So I'm looking forward because he's doing it. I liked what he did with that, but I don't know what to expect anymore. But we'll see. Hopefully that's good. Okay, so we got a couple other things. M. Night Shyamalan. Let's talk about good old M. Night for a minute. He's got a new movie coming out.
Ready?
Coming out 2017. It got a title now. It's called Split. It's gonna star. Who's gonna star? It had James McAvoy. That's who's gonna have in it. So, I'm sure you guys aren't. I'm gonna assume you're not M. Night fans.
Is anybody an M. Night fan?
I'm still waiting on that Devil sequel.
Have you, just curious, did you either of you see The Visit?
Nope.
I heard it was awful.
Oh, really? Oh, it's awesome. It's like the return to form I've been waiting for. Because The Sixth Sense is like one of my favorite movies of all time. I love what he did with that. And then he did Signs and this one with Bruce Willis, Unbreakable. I didn't see that one. But
I did like Signs. I liked that one.
I like Signs. And then he did a bunch of crap.
That's kind of his thing.
Yeah, and then he sucks so bad for the last like 10 years. He did Lady in the Water, The Last Airbender. Oh my god. The one with Jaden Smith.
After Earth.
Whatever that was, After Earth. Yeah, I didn't even see that one.
I feel like that movie should be a crime. Somebody should have been
Which one, After
charged
Earth?
for that movie. For being just the most boring thing to ever be made. That movie is probably an efficient form of torture.
Goes waterboarding After Earth.
Yeah.
But this one I'm looking forward to. I can't quite say he's back yet because I love The Visit. I don't know if you guys would like it, but I really loved it. It was really interesting. It wasn't. I don't even know if it was really a found footage movie, but it kind of was. It had elements of it, I guess. But yeah, it was really good. One of the only great horror movies we got this year, to me. I loved it. So I'm looking forward to see what he does next. Hopefully this is his big comeback I've been waiting for. Okay, and then next we got, this is probably the biggest of all this other stuff we got. Then we have our Oscar host for next year, Chris Rock. What do you guys think?
It doesn't matter who the host is. They got to fire every single writer on the Oscars. Bruce Vilanch does not know what's funny anymore. Get Key and Peele in to write the Oscars.
Please.
Did he write the jokes for?
He's been writing the
Neil
last
Patrick
10
Harris?
years.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy needs to go. I don't know if he's still on
I
there.
just blame the hosts usually. So
No, it's the writer's fault. Always is the writer's fault.
I don't know. I love Chris Rock, so
Yeah.
I'm into this. And then
Shia LaBeouf would have been fun.
do it. Oh my God.
His monologue is just an opening speech screaming at celebrities. Daniel Day-Lewis!
I'm so.
Why aren't you in a movie? Pick a project. Just do it!
I used to be such a big fan of Shia LaBeouf. Now he's let me down.
Speaking of, do you want to talk some Indiana Jones, Josh?
Yeah, sure.
What the hell are they doing? What the hell are they
Harrison
doing?
Ford's coming back.
He's like 1,000,000 years old. He's
Can we
broken
not?
every bone in his body.
Can we just not with Indiana Jones anymore?
No, let's do Indiana Jones, but let's get somebody else. Let's get Cooper.
What I heard is they're trying to do a passing the torch thing, but apparently they're going to do it right and not pass it to Shia LaBeouf.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Anyway, What was his name in the movie? Scoot or something?
Mutt.
Mutt Williams, whatever. That was a stupid name. Yeah, I'm just the Indiana Jones movies. They've never been anything special to me. Like I enjoy them. I enjoy the first three. I even kind of like Crystal Skull. It's whatever. I've seen all of them one time, and that's it.
Wow, you're kind of very rare.
Yeah,
People usually
I love Harrison Ford. Steven Spielberg's my favorite director of all time. I just for some reason they just don't connect with me.
Communist.
I want to watch them again, but yeah, they're enjoyable, well-made movies. Just not anything I'm passionate about.
Well, if they go the route of Bond, I will be more than happy to
I
hang
think that'd
along
be a
with the
good way to do
adventures.
it.
Yeah. Why are they so Harrison? Okay, in all seriousness, Harrison Ford is 73 years old.
Yeah,
There's no way that he can do the physical things that he needs to do. Mick Jagger could not do the physical stuff.
Harrison Ford landed a plane and survived getting his leg crushed by a door. I think he's doing all right.
Exactly.
So he should not be in situations where his legs can be crushed or flying airplanes. Let's just let him retire with the billions of dollars he has.
This could be such a fun. This could be such a great franchise, but they're dragging their feet. They're dragging their feet. I just can't.
I mean, it's kind of like a more, if you look at it, it's similar. You could do it kind of like you do it like James Bond.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of adventure, but it takes place in the 40s with Nazis, World War II, things like that. That could be fun.
You can play around with it. You can move it up, move it back. It can be a cool thing, but just they gotta. Spielberg and Lucas, they just have to take their hands off. They're like, all right, we're done.
Give it to somebody good.
Give it to somebody else. No, not good. Not just good, but just somebody else. I mean, if that ends up in the hands of, let's see, if that ends up in the hands of James Wan, that'd be pretty. Cool. That'd be fun. How cool would that be? Cool. Yeah. By the way, everybody, rank your Indiana Jones movies from bottom to top. Go to you first.
Bottom to top, so the bottom is my least favorite.
Yeah.
Crystal Skull is literally just the release order. Crystal Skull, Last Crusade, Temple of Doom, Raiders.
Josh?
Honestly, I don't really remember them well enough to really properly rank them, but I remember enjoying the last one, or not the last one, the one with the little kid. Which one was that?
Temple of Doom.
Yeah, Temple of Doom. That's one I remember enjoying the most. So,
okay.
And then the other ones, and then Crystal Skull.
From the bottom to the top, Temple of Doom, Crystal Skull, Raiders, Crusade.
Goddamn Madman.
Why did we give a pass to Temple of Doom? I don't understand it. That kid and that girl are horrible.
Because there's a scene where a guy pulls a still beating heart out of another guy.
About 15 minutes too late.
I remember that part. That was awesome.
That was.
I just remember them flying off a cliff in like a raft, and then the guy gets his hand out of his chest, and then they're on like a bridge at some. I don't remember anything. I just remember like bits and pieces. And I remember the most from that one.
All right.
I thought it was cool.
Josh, you have any more news?
Yeah, a couple things.
Okay.
We're going to talk a little bit. John Wick. John Wick 2. Did you guys see John Wick?
Yep.
What'd you think?
Loved it.
It's freaking awesome.
It's so good.
It's one of my favorite action movies, like, in recent memory. It's so good. We got a villain casting, Common, who I don't think I've ever seen him in anything.
Let's check.
But he's going to be playing the villain. A couple people have asked. They said he's a good actor from what I've heard. I'm just really excited for John Wick 2. I cannot wait to see Keanu Reeves punching more people in the face and shooting people.
Oh my gosh,
that's so awesome. That's like the perfect role for Keanu Reeves because he doesn't have a lot.
Because he does not need charisma for it to be good, which Keanu Reeves has none of.
Just so you guys know, Daniel Craig turned down a courtroom drama that's going to come out in like a year and a half or something like that, and lead in a courtroom drama, and Keanu Reeves picked it up. So,
oh my god,
that's we have that to look forward
to. We gotta find some evidence. What? Whoa.
Christoph Waltz is the defense attorney. Your Honor. I believe that after all of these proceedings, we should call a recess. Doing our best.
Please, give me that.
That'd be so great. But, yeah, Common.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I got two more things. So I got two things about two directors joining movies and then two trailers. And then, yeah, so we got Peyton Reed. Apparently he's in negotiations, coming back for the Ant-Man sequel.
Is Michael Douglas back yet?
I hope so.
Well,
assume so.
I won't care until he is. So
he was awesome.
He's the
I like
coolest.
what Peyton Reed did with the movie, especially considering he had 9 months to do it. So.
Well, the movie was pretty much made for him. He just kind of had to call the shots. But,
Hey, do this.
Yeah.
But that's cool. And then did you guys see either of the Pitch Perfect movies?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
I really dug the second one.
Yeah, I did too. I loved the first one. I loved the second one. I really enjoyed.
Sorry I giggled, guys.
We have Elizabeth Banks coming back from the second one to direct the third one. So
really upsetting that Spielberg got turned down for that.
Yeah, he just couldn't fit it into his schedule.
Okay, I have a better joke. Real unfortunate that Scorsese had to back out of that project. Wolf of Wall Street style, Pitch Perfect. How great would that be?
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I enjoy these movies. Some people give me shit for it. I don't care. But I think they're fun.
Yeah.
I love it. I love Anna Kendrick.
There's worse things for people to watch than Pitch Perfect. That second one, back when I worked at the movie theater, it was playing one of my first few months, and whenever I had a chance, I would just go sit and chill. I don't care when it was, but it's just a super entertaining movie.
Yeah.
And Brittany Snow.
She's awesome.
Brittany Snow.
I love the ending too, the big musical or the whatever it's called, the big show that they have at the end.
Yeah,
I love
Flashlight.
All the music scenes I think are great. All right, and then we have just two trailers: Jane Got a Gun and Ridiculous 6. So
I did watch both of them this time.
I cried during Ridiculous 6.
In a bad way, I hope.
For two reasons. And they are Steve Zahn and Will Forte. Those are two people who are way too talented for that. That movie looks painful. When Blake Shelton is featured prominently in your trailer, that's not a good sign.
yeah,
this movie looks terrible.
I was watching the trailer earlier, and I was like, it came up, and I was like, okay. I don't see what's his name, Happy Madison Productions anywhere, so that's a good sign.
Oh, it was there.
It was right in the beginning.
Was it? Oh, then I missed it. Okay, then no wonder this looks terrible.
But hey, Taylor Lautner's in it, and he's pretty popular.
And then I saw Steve Zahn, and I was like, oh, maybe this will be good. No. This looks
Yeah.
This looks like garbage. I gave up on Adam Sandler years ago. I love the guy as a dramatic actor, and I think he used to be a great comedic actor, but he wastes all of his talent on this garbage, and I don't know why. So that sucks. But this looks like crap. I don't want to see it. I probably never will.
Join the club.
And then we have a movie that has an amazing pedigree, but one of the worst trailers I think I've ever seen.
Oh, what? You didn't like Jane Got a Gun trailer?
I liked what I saw, but I liked what it had, but the way it was put together was just
You just
terrible.
like the content, not like the way it was put together in a trailer.
No, like the editing of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
No, movie looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. We get a nice meaty female role for Bay. For Bay.
And my new guy's in it too.
Jolie Edgerton.
Oh, he's so good.
And his baby face.
This movie has been through
hell.
So much. Oh my god! You guys have followed all this, right?
I
nope,
have.
Not even a little bit.
It's okay. I don't even remember all of it.
Here, let me run through all the people who've signed on and dropped out for the villain. Fassbender, then he dropped out. Jude Law, then he dropped out. Then Gavin O'Connor replaced the director. And then, let's see. Noah Emmerich got in there. Ewan McGregor came in and dropped out. And then finally, Bradley Cooper was there as well. he signed on, and then they finally settled for Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
Oh, McGregor's still in it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Where was he?
Then he's unrecognizable in the trailer. I thought it's awesome.
So unrecognizable. I didn't even recognize him.
Yeah.
I didn't know he's in the movie.
I didn't realize it was him until a couple scenes in. But yeah, and this whole thing like started because on the first day of production, the director just like didn't show up.
So
It was bizarre. So
incredible.
they like spent like I think like a couple days. They got a replacement director, and then that like started the whole spiral thing because then someone in the cast didn't only sign on to the movie because they wanted to work with the original director. So that cast member dropped out, and then they had to replace that cast member. Then another cast member dropped out because of a scheduling issue. So they had to replace that cast member, and then another cast member had to drop out because they wanted to work with a certain actor, but that actor had already dropped out. It's a freaking nightmare. I don't know how they got this thing together and made it look like a pretty good movie, but it does. So I'm interested in seeing it.
yeah, Gavin O'Connor. Oh my God, he is incredible.
Yeah, I love Gavin O'Connor.
What has he
Miracle,
done?
Warrior.
is
Jane
one of my
got
favorite
a
movies.
gun, and he's got a thriller called The Accountant coming out with Ben Affleck and J.K.
Yeah,
Simmons
yep.
and John
It's one of my
Bernthal.
most- It's one of my most anticipated next year. Can't wait for that.
Keep an eye on Gavin. I would love to see Gavin O'Connor tackle a Batman film. That'd be really cool.
Interesting.
But one more thing, guys, before we head out and talk some Sturb Gerbs. Sturb Gerbs. We've got not one, but now we have two films about the classic board game Monopoly set to enter
Kidding
production.
me?
Yeah, Monopoly.
Oh, I think you're talking about the one that just dropped a little while ago, right?
Yeah, this looks to be like a drama kind of about.
Yeah, this is about the making of Monopoly back in like early time. This isn't like based on the game.
Yeah. No,
So
no,
this is
but
more
it's just
like
it's just
I think
hysterical.
it's interesting. It's like a biopic. But yeah, I'm more interested in this than the one based on the game.
It's a wonderful world we live in.
No, it's not.
All right, well, guys, what do you say? Let's
Oh, please, I'm so excited to talk
let's talk about
this
some
movie.
Sturb Gerbs. Sturb Gerbs. All right, Cody, since you're so enthusiastic about talking the movie, I'm going to start with Josh.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
No, I'm just kidding. Go right ahead.
Oh, I loved it. I loved every
Actually,
second
no, wait.
of
Let's
that
start it
movie.
off. Let's do something different. Let's talk about Danny Boyle. What's everybody's thoughts on Mr. Boyle? His career.
I love Danny Boyle. He did my favorite zombie movie, 28 Days Later,
Oh, so good.
and then he did 127 Hours, which I freaking love. James Franco is awesome in that movie. Love the whole. It's a great movie. Those are the only two I've seen of his, unless I'm forgetting one.
He did Slumdog Millionaire.
I did not see some of them. But yeah, I think he's a great director. He has a very distinctive style. So
I have no opinion of him.
Yeah,
I like his movies.
honestly,
I hadn't heard of him until this movie came out.
I'm realizing right now, looking at his filmography, that I own Trainspotting, 28 Days Later, Sunshine, 127 and 127 Hours. I own those four movies, and I haven't. This is the first film of his that I've seen. I don't know what it is. That's weird, but
watch 28 Days Later. It's so good.
yeah, I'm definitely going to after seeing Steve the Jobs. But
Steve,
Cool.
wait, did he do 28 Days Later or 28 weeks later?
Days. 28
directed
Days Later.
days, produced weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
Fair enough. 28 Days Later was great.
yeah, but Cody, let's get your specific thoughts on the movie of the day, Steve Jobs.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it a lot. I loved the dialogue. Aaron Sorkin's a great writer. I loved all the deliveries, all the performances. Everyone was great. Even the kid was good, which is saying something.
True.
I don't even know what to say. I loved it so much. Michael Fassbender was incredible.
Did it bother you at all that he barely looks like Steve Jobs? Like,
No.
Christian Bale and DiCaprio they both dropped the role or passed on the role to do random stuff, and they look way more like Jobs than Michael Fassbender does. That always
Doesn't bother
distracts me.
me.
It's like, you look nothing like Steve Jobs.
I got into the movie so much that it didn't even matter to me. I was like, oh,
That's true.
for all I know, this was Steve Jobs. This was a documentary. but
What'd
it
you
was
think,
not.
What'd everybody think of the? Josh, why don't you give your thoughts and then talk about the structure of the film because it's pretty cool.
I loved it. That's actually I put it in probably my top 5 this year. I thought it was brilliant. The structure, I love the 3-act structure. It was filmed in 3 different ways. It was filmed in 16 millimeter film for the first act, and the second act was 35 millimeter, and then the third act was digital.
That's pretty cool.
So
I didn't notice it,
really
but that's
cool.
pretty
I didn't
cool.
notice that either, but the idea behind it.
Was. I thought it worked really well. My personal favorite was actually the middle act.
Mine too.
Yeah, that was my favorite. Everything was great. The writing, Aaron Sorkin. I'm telling you right now, he will get nominated, probably win for best adapted screenplay this year. Fassbender, he completely owns it. He's incredible. Kate Winslet, love her in this movie. She's
so
awesome.
good.
She's
my
so
God.
good in this movie. And then you also have Seth Rogen. He's good. Yeah, he was pretty good.
He was cool.
I wanted to see more of him though.
Absolutely. He's got he's got like a bit of a Jonah Hill in him. I think this was kind of his Jonah Hill in Wolf of Wall Street, but not as funny.
Yeah. I'd say it's more like him and like Moneyball.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, you're way smarter. Than me.
But yeah, I thought the acting was great. I didn't even mention Jeff Daniels.
Oh my God!
Again, we talked about him a couple weeks ago on The Martian. Jeff Daniels is killing it right now. He's awesome in this.
Really is.
Oh, it was so good to see him. Yeah.
What do you think the odds are that he finished filming Dumb and Dumber 2, and he's like, oh my God, I've got to do everything. And so he picks up Martian and Steve Jobs in the fall, and everybody's like, Dumb and Dumber what? That happened?
He's like, all right, we're good now.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. Yeah. And he was born for Aaron Sorkin dialogue.
Absolutely. Didn't Aaron Sorkin write the Newsroom too?
Yeah, that's his baby as well. That's just
yeah.
You know,
there was the scene. What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
There was what's the scene? It was in the second act of the movie between Jobs and I don't remember what was
Scully.
Scully, yeah. There was a scene between those two. I won't go into spoilers or anything, not yet. There was a scene between those two, just kind of having it out in the second act, and the dialogue, and the acting, and it was
how they kept cutting back to it actually happening as they were arguing about it. Good. It was so good.
That's best scene of the movie, right? Are we all in agreement there?
100%.
God,
that was just
it was brilliant. And then you said the kid. Were you talking about one in particular, or just all 3? Because there was 3 actresses that played.
The 2 kid actresses were good.
Yeah, because there was the one that played like his little girl, like the 5-year-old, and then there was the one who was like a 10 or 13-year-old or whatever. There was her.
And then when she was 19, I counted her as not a child actress though.
Yeah. I thought the one in the middle, I thought she was the best. I thought she was fantastic.
Absolutely.
That scene where she just, it's not a major spoiler, but she runs up to, Jobs and hugs him. You know that scene?
Yeah.
I thought that was great. That like little line she says, I'm just, this is great stuff.
Yeah.
And then the movie looks really good. Again, I was talking about Danny Boyle. He has that very distinctive style. You can definitely see it in this movie. I think it works mostly. I'll talk about that in a little bit. I have a couple negatives, but I thought it was a great movie. I loved it. It's probably in my top 5 of the year. I love this movie. Really great.
I guess my turn then. Guys, I hate to echo everything you said, just because that's.
I was scared for a minute.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say you didn't like it.
No. Oh, dude, guys, it was great. It was really great. But I did come to one realization, however. There was a scene. I can't remember the exact context of the scene. Somewhere in the first act, I just realized that Aaron Sorkin's entire writing style is just throwing himself up softballs so he can make really good metaphors. Really think about it. Like, I cannot wait to come back and watch this movie on Blu-ray or whatever, and he writes some darn good metaphors, and he doesn't disguise the fact that he's good at them at all. It's just like, here's a good metaphor, here's another good metaphor. It's like, God damn you.
Aaron Sorkin's so great.
I want to be mad, but I can't.
I know, really. But, guys, that was... Sometimes I mean, my two favorite kind of movies are like the big slam bang action movies, like Dark Knights, Skyfall, stuff like that, and then these talking movies like Tinker Tailor was, like this is, like another movie that I think I've recommended before called The Ghost Writer. These just movies where people are talking and just figuring stuff out and fighting and all that good stuff. It's just this is right up my alley. I mean,
Mason, do you watch any Kevin Smith movies? Have you ever seen any of his movies?
I'm morally against the idea of Kevin Smith.
Why is that?
I just don't think he's that good.
You didn't answer my question.
I think I did.
Which one?
What do you mean? Like
what movies have you seen of his?
I saw Clerks.
You didn't like it?
No, it's fine.
I don't understand what your beef is with him. I think
I don't have a beef with him. I just think he needs to shut up.
Fair enough.
Okay, his entire career now is like talking about is hyping up fanboys about the behind the scenes stuff that he gets to see of movies. That's his whole career. That's all he does.
True.
He does a good job of it.
I know. He was great in Live Free or Die Hard. So
I've never seen a Kevin Smith movie. So
watch Clerks.
I tried to watch Chasing Amy. I think
Clerks was all right.
Good.
Clerks was fun.
And I got like 30 minutes into it and got bored. And
Sorry, that movie's really good though.
Before we get into some specific negatives, guys, let's talk a little bit about Fassbender. We hinted at it earlier. First of all, as an actor, what do you guys think of him?
Oh, I love Michael Fassbender. He's great.
One of my favorites.
Do you think at all that... Do you think that he hurt the box office for this movie? Which it makes...
I think he is one of the biggest draw. He was one of the biggest draws of this movie.
But would he have the same draw as a Bale or DiCaprio would? And it makes no sense because he's got a franchise. He's got awards considerations. He has the pedigree for it. This should have been a $40 million opening weekend.
People don't go to see a Michael Fassbender movie. Like, if I ask my dad who Michael Fassbender is, he has no idea. He's kind of what I use to judge, like, what's the A-listers are. And he's a phenomenal actor, but he's not a DiCaprio. He's not a Tom Hanks.
He's not a celebrity.
Why?
Because
he's an actor.
He's got the same track. I don't want to say the same, but he's got a very similar track record to somebody like Christian Bale. But he's not getting the respect that he deserves, and it drives me crazy.
I can agree with he doesn't get the maybe respect from like general audiences he deserves, but that's just how it is. A lot of actors just don't.
I think that's because he's not extreme in like the public world.
Yeah.
I think Christian Bale is so famous because he's a great actor, but he's kind of a jerk. Yeah, and then like Tom Hanks, he's also a great actor. People recognize it because he is one of the nicest humans on earth as well. So it's like in Michael Fassbender, I've never heard of anything he's done, either nice or bad. So I think he's just an actor in it for the acting, not for the celebrity, which I respect a lot.
Well, Cody, I have some good news for you. When I was looking up doing some research for the film, stumbled upon his Wikipedia page, and apparently, as of September of 2015, he and Alicia Vikander are no longer a couple.
Oh, that's great news for me, but I feel bad for Michael Fassbender.
He is lovely.
He had they would have made the perfect babies.
I know.
Like master race Hitler stuff. He would have been perfect.
You just compared Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander's babies to Hitler.
Not to Hitler. I'm gonna sound like a Nazi if I keep talking. So let's stop.
You're a history teacher.
That is true.
You gotta know about that kind of stuff. But
I'm talking like eugenics.
Yeah.
I know eugenics isn't a good idea, but they would be the genetic.
Yeah, they're pretty solid. But all right. As for his performance, you guys, what did you overall think? How do you think he played those three different Sturv Gerbs?
great.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job.
You bought him as every single one?
I don't know anything about Steve Jobs. The only thing I mean, not that I don't know anything. I'm not like, I wasn't like, I didn't follow his like career or his personality. I'm just aware that the story is he wasn't the nicest person. So
yeah, that was my understanding going into the movie.
Yeah, that was my main hang up with the movie is that I once read or was watching, because I'm 9 years old, 60 Minutes. It was pretty. You know what? Say what you want. I'm an old person. I'm
cool.
like 90 years old. I love 60
Minutes.
Minutes.
Laughing at you.
I was busy watching SpongeBob.
True.
Same.
But they were running they were doing a story on Steve pretty soon after he died, and they told a story about how he would drive around, he would park in handicap spaces just so people, and he refused to move and was just pretty much said to the effect of, I deserve this spot.
I'm Steve Jobs.
And I'm glad that they hit on that he doesn't, when the scene in the orchestra pit with him and Seth Rogen saying, "What is it you do?" And he says, "I play the orchestra." That's
one of the best lines in the movie, by the way.
Perfect. Because he was not a good person. Can we say that?
Absolutely.
He was an honest person, but he was not a good.
But he had too much of an ego.
Yeah.
That was his issue.
I don't know if I can say he's not a good person. He's not a nice person. It's not like he has a heart made of stone.
Well,
like
he didn't. What do you know how much he donated to like charities and stuff after he died? Nothing. Come on. He parked in handicap spaces.
Not even for cancer research. Are you kidding me?
No, he stole people's ideas. He was a jerk to like we saw in the movie. He was a jerk to everybody. So I was glad that they did not sugarcoat how much of a prick Steve Jobs was.
Absolutely.
That made me very happy. It showed him as the person he was.
He was an innovative person, though. I mean, he was definitely. I don't even like watching the movie again. I'm judging everything I know off of movies and like various articles I've read. I don't know. I didn't meet him. I don't know.
Wait, you weren't best friends with him?
He's a smart person. No, I wasn't. Although I did get an invite to lunch that one time.
And you just said no.
That
was your mistake.
But yeah, and I think it's I think it did a good job with what I know anyway. I just loved his performance in it. So
I was a little bummed that we didn't get any U2 in the movie. I thought for sure with the iPod or the Songs of Innocence release, possibly we get some U2 in there.
You mean when they forced their songs onto my iPod?
That was a gift.
That was terrifying. I thought my phone was hacked. I thought someone bought a U2 album for me. I was like, why? Why'd you do this to me?
That was Christmas. That was Christmas in September. But anyways, what are some negatives from the movie? Because I have a couple that.
I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have any.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I liked every bit of this movie, every single thing, except for maybe at the end they could have showed never mind what I was about to say, but that song at the end was not great.
Oh yeah.
I like the song.
I thought I liked it. Didn't fit. The song itself, because I listened to it, actually pretty good. But yeah, with the movie,
I don't like that it made it seem like Steve Jobs chose to make the iPod because he didn't like his daughter's Walkman. I don't think that was the motivation behind it. But no, I didn't really dislike anything about this movie.
Yeah, that's strange that none of these keynotes or none of these scenes focused on the iPod or the iPhone, which are probably his biggest inventions. But maybe they weren't the biggest behind the scenes in his life, I suppose. But I
mean, they're the most popular, but they're not. I don't know if I say they're the most important.
Oh, I'd beg to differ. I think the iPods, or at least if not the iPod, the iPhone was like one of the biggest inventions of all time. Way more than the iMac.
I mean, the iMac it's a revolutionary computer.
Yeah. But maybe it's just because we're in our age group, but
that's true.
Perhaps. What are some negatives you have, Josh?
I only had a couple of small ones. My one is really the only thing that really stands out. Like I said, I love Danny Boyle, and he has a certain style. And for the most part, I think that style works with what he does. There's a couple things. There are a couple of moments that are very Danny Boyle. If you've seen a lot of his movies or a couple of his movies, you probably pick up on them. There's a couple of parts where like writing would like appear, like the words that are being spoken.
I never saw that.
I didn't see it.
Or like that one scene where he's talking to, I don't remember who he was talking to. He was talking to someone in a hallway, and on the painting, on the mirror behind him, there's images.
Oh, right. The rocket taking off.
Yeah.
Yes. That was awesome.
This is really interesting.
I wasn't a big fan of that. I didn't think it fit into the overall tone.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, honestly.
Yeah. It's interesting and it's cool. I just didn't think it fit that well.
Okay.
It didn't like bother me or anything. It just kind of was like, you didn't need that. But yeah, overall, I thought he did a great job with his style. Otherwise, and then the other thing is, I kind of just wanted more. Like, I know that this isn't a traditional biopic. It's supposed to be this event. It's over. I don't know. It's definitely like, it's almost like an experimental film. But I wanted more. Like, I wanted to see like more.
I guess that's a positive, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. It's not like, I don't even know. Because, I mean, we got a lot more of that in the other Steve Jobs movie.
And it was bad. So
I like that movie, but this is much better. Way better than that. But anyway. Yeah, I wanted more, maybe not so much about like his coming into it, but more like in the modern day. I wanted to see more of that, but I still love the movie, so.
Okay. The main things, first of all, I think I should note that obviously this isn't the most informed thing to say since I haven't really seen any of his other movies, but this didn't seem like it was very Danny Boyle-ish. It seemed relatively traditionally shot, and as from a directing perspective. Do you guys agree?
Talking like cinematography, right?
Yeah, just the way that it's presented, I suppose.
Cause I don't know, because the format that the movie followed was pretty unique for a biopic.
Well, that's more the writing, but I think the look and feel of the movie is kind of where I'm getting
okay.
To me, I mean, I've seen a couple of Danny Boyle movies, so I mean, it felt like a Danny Boyle movie.
Yeah.
So, just
didn't seem like he really got in his own way at all, which is I was a little worried about because he does have a reputation. But the main negative that I have with the movie is the score. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't remember it.
I don't remember any of the music.
I don't think that's like a negative though. It's just like
no.
To me, the score is like it doesn't need to be amazing. It just needs to do its job. I thought it did its job.
No, the reason that I kind of count as a negative was it was so, and this is by the same guy. His name is Daniel Pemberton. This is by the same guy who did Man from U.N.C.L.E., which had an incredible score that I still listen to. And the score here was just so boring. I caught myself at times just straining, like, is this from something else? Is this from Tinker Tailor? Or is this from something else? Like, it was distractingly average to me, and it got on my nerves. And the mix was very uneven. It was either way too low or way too high, and it just maybe this movie would have been better off without any music, honestly, because it pulled me out of the movie quite a bit.
Didn't do that to me. I think the writing more than made up for. I didn't even notice it. So I was too busy focusing on how great the dialogue was. So maybe I'm the jerk for not listening to music. But...
No. That's just something like, that's just one of my weird things. I'm not a big score person either. But it's just for some reason that just piqued my ears the wrong way.
No, I'm glad Danny Elfman didn't score it, or
that would be great. I love Danny Elfman.
The Beetlejuice theme and
Wow, that's a great movie. But,
I watched it last night.
Guys,
but,
any last comments on the movie? Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Go see it.
Go see it.
Yeah, go see it. It's incredible.
Gotta make.
Loved it.
It deserves a lot more money. This should be $150 million picture.
I mean, I get why it's not really doing that well.
I don't.
I mean, cause it's Steve Jobs. It's the legacy of Steve Jobs. People aren't. I don't want to say they're not interested, but people don't like him. They didn't like him. They don't want to see a movie about him. They don't want to support a movie about him.
True.
I mean, I do, but
Me, I do, but other people, no.
I mean, I've asked a couple of my friends. I was like, "Hey, would you want to go see this with me?" And they're like, "Nah." Like, people aren't really interested in Steve Jobs. Plus, this is the second time. Actually, no, it's the third time a Steve Jobs movie's been made.
Yeah.
So
people got a little fatigued. Cody, you'll be able to appreciate this. I was really upset at one point, or at least at the end of the film, when I guess this is a spoiler, but not really because all this stuff happened. Steve goes onto the roof to talk to his daughter, and had this whole blow up. And I was really expecting him to say, "You're tearing me apart, Lisa."
Tear me apart, Lisa.
That would have been so good. How great would that have been? Do you get that
I can't
reference,
wait
Josh?
till we do The Room special.
I can't say I do.
The Room, it's the best. It's a horrible movie.
Oh, right.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Danny.
Oh, hey. How's your
Mark.
sex life?
I was just-
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hey, Mark. Hey, you want to randomly throw a football around in a back alley in our tuxes?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Great film. Great film. All right, guys, let's give some grades here and the good old 1 through 10 system. Josh, let's start with you.
I'm going 9.5. I think it's a fantastic movie. Highly recommend everyone go see it if you can. It's a really great movie. Aaron Sorkin does it again. Danny Boyle knocks it out of the park. Fassbender is great. The rest of the cast is great. It's a really interesting take. Go see it. It's awesome.
Cody?
9.5 as well, for all of the same reasons. Go see the movie.
No movies at 10 except for Star Wars.
You're right. I don't know why you said it in that voice, but that's just my personal philosophy.
It's true.
You got a problem? Let's fight.
A movie doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be perfect to you.
And there's only 2 10s ever made. Alien and Empire. But
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with the grown-ups films, but okay, not movies.
My bad. Those are the actual best movies. Those are films.
Sure. Right, I'm gonna go. Man. I'm struggling here.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 9.5. I almost want to go to 10. I honestly do.
Yeah,
I
thought about 10 when I walked out of the theater,
but
but
10
I sat on it. So
yeah, 10s are like all-time favorites, and I don't think it's there. But I would go 9.5. This was this was something. So
to me, this feels like a movie because to me, Social Network is one of my favorite movies of all time. So to me, this is one of those movies that like maybe I give it a 9 or a 9.5 at first, then I sit on it, I see it again, a couple months, maybe a year down the line, I watch it one more time. And it just gets to that place where I'm like, yeah, this is one of my favorites of all time. I think that's what this is going to be.
Do you guys have any? Do either of you have any comparisons? I guess for this movie, like, does it remind you of anything else?
The Newsroom.
No, movie. I guess. Does this remind you of any movies?
Not really.
Not really. I can't think of any.
I think it's very unique.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Yeah, I've had a movie at the tip of my tongue for the last couple of days. I was hoping you guys could jog it loose, but that's okay. It's whatever. All right, guys. So let's move on. And what have you guys been reading, watching, listening to this week? Cody?
Okay. I have a couple, and I'm interested to have this discussion with Josh because I just finished, or I'm on the last episode of season 3 of Arrow, and I want to know why you told me to brace for it to get bad because I liked it.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
I'm not. I've done the show. I'm not a fan.
What killed it for you? Spoilers.
Laurel, everything with Laurel. I hate Laurel.
Okay, that's fair.
Her becoming the Black Canary was jumping the shark with a car on fire.
But I think that's comic book stuff, though.
Yeah, but I don't care about that. Like, if it's not done well, it's not done well. I don't care if it's based on a comic. Just the stuff and the stuff with Felicity and Oliver is terrible. Just shoved in your throat. All this stuff. It's just.
No, what did you think about the plot line of? Hey, I'm Ra's al Ghul.
Oh wow, they got Roz in there.
I killed Oliver, but he's not dead. He's gonna become.
I hated that too.
He's gonna become the new demon set. Basically, they took the plot of that section of Arkham City, minus the poison, and Batman, and it was like, let's put Green Arrow there instead because of reasons. I thought that was good, except the only problem I have with that is that none of the characters ever make the same choice I would, where I would just say yes. I want to be the leader of the League of Assassins. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. But no, I liked it. I liked it a lot so far. But to each his own.
Yep. Glad it has fans.
What else? Oh, I saw Crimson Peak too.
Oh, how was that?
It was all right.
Yeah. What would you grade it?
Probably 7.5.
All right.
It had really, really cool visuals.
Yeah, I feel that movie was made to be desktop backgrounds.
I wish I saw it in IMAX, but it was interesting. Tom Hiddleston was good, so was Jessica Chastain. But
so, Josh, did it? Cody, you'll get this. Josh, did you see it?
No, I didn't see
it. The marketing
it.
didn't really pique your incest, right? Spoiler for Crimson Peak. I read the plot synopsis because I'm not going to see that.
That's funny.
I really want to see it. I'm like dying to see it. I just didn't get it. I haven't gotten a chance yet. I didn't get a chance last weekend. I've been sick all weekend, so I don't know. I finally got to see Steve Jobs, but I couldn't get it to my farther away theater to see Crimson Peak. I really want to see it. Hopefully I'll see it this weekend, if not next. At some point, I'm going to see it. I love Del Toro, so I want to see that movie.
So what have you been watching, reading, listening to this week?
Couple things. We just past Wednesday, there was the Back to the Future Day. It was October 21st, 2015. The day that Marty and Doc go to the future. So I went to theater with a buddy of mine. We went and saw all 3 movies in the theater. It was awesome. Had a great time. Some of my favorite trilogies of all time. And then 2 other things. New song I've been listening to. Adele's Hello. Have you guys heard it?
Nope.
Of course.
It's awesome. I love it.
She's
listening
great.
to it nonstop. So good. She kills it with everything she does.
True. Should have done Spectre. Because how great would that marketing be, though? If she did, just come in for a few weeks, record your Spectre theme, we'll roll it out with your new album. Boom, you got a platinum album on your hands. That annoys me beyond measure.
Easy.
Yeah.
That's all right.
And then one other thing, since it's Halloween time, it's my favorite holiday of the year. I love horror. The big thing. I just recently watched Halloween, John Carpenter's masterpiece with Michael Myers. I love it. You guys seen it?
No.
I think so. I've seen. I've never seen the whole thing in all the way through, but I've seen bits of it. But I know the basic plot and the twist at the end.
It's actually Mike Myers from.
It's Shrek.
SNL. Yeah, Shrek is Love.
I was watching that movie
love
last
that movie.
night.
Somebody once told me that. That Smash Mouth sketch on SNL is incredible, by the way. So, all right. So let's see. I'll take the rear here. Though I haven't been reading it, like I said earlier, read The Snowman. As much. This is one of those. It's one of those books that you really just gotta read it. You just gotta read it. It's so good. It's part of a series. It's like the 6th of a series, do not let that deter you, because I haven't read. That's the only one of the series I've read, and it makes absolute sense. They tell you what you need to know, just in background information, but it stands by its own, and the series looks pretty interesting. I'm gonna try to get them all on a good old paperback and read them. So, yeah.
Question.
Answer.
Does it have Star Wars in the title?
No, but there is snow on Hoth, so close enough.
I've been listening to a Star Wars audiobook for the past couple of days. It's called Heir to the Empire.
Yep, I'm catching up. I've started. I took a note out of your page and out of your book and started doing some audiobook listening. So it's interesting.
Have you been listening to that book? Have you listened to that book? Have you read that book?
I'm catching up on the Star Wars books. I'm starting with a New Dawn.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Heir to the Empire's in the old canon, but it's great.
Gosh.
It's so good.
You and your space fights. But all right. Quick couple programming notes. Next week we got a pretty cool episode. We're talking about all the Star Wars films, all the live-action Star Wars films. So,
yay!
That's going to be something.
So excited.
Are we strictly sticking to live action?
Yeah, we can't. I'm sorry. As much as I know you guys love the TV shows and all that good stuff. We'll be on the air for 9 hours if we.
Here's the real question: can we talk about the holiday special?
Only
live action.
Because it's horrible. Only.
What are you talking about? It's the best thing ever.
So good.
I'm just gonna mediate and get the hell out of the way, maybe, and make some stupid jokes. So it'll be you guys. I'm sure
it'll
you guys
be fun.
are pretty stoked
I'm excited.
about that, so,
are you bringing your friend on?
No, just for Force Awakens.
Okay.
Just for Force Awakens. We're seeing it. Yeah, she's my buddy. Seeing it in IMAX with. So, oh boy, I'm decided. I think I'm gonna watch the original trilogy next over the weekend, just because I feel like that'll probably be it.
That's what we're gonna be talking about the most.
I just rewatched the original trilogy, so I'm gonna watch the prequels this week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch a Star Wars movie a day. No, I'm not, but I'll probably just watch Empire Strikes Back again. Tell you the truth.
True. So Star Wars next week, Spectre the week after. So you give and you take. You guys get Star Wars. I get some good old Spectre. So guys, until then, you can follow us at @_RealFlix on Twitter for various updates throughout what we're all doing, and try to get some fun little tweets and content. Maybe make fun of some celebrities and try to get them on the show. But
yes,
Jessica Chastain, girl, I know.
Hey, Colin, you know her personally. You've met her
personally. I met her like for 3 seconds, but good enough. Yeah, guys. If you want to leave us a little 5 stars on the iTunes, that'd be pretty cool.
We'll read your reviews if you leave a review.
Yeah, absolutely. But, until then, take it easy, guys.